Welcome to Level Up with Dr Neha. I'm Dr Neha Kade, and today we're at my practice in London. This is Riverside Dental Spa, and I'm here with a couple of my amazing team members. This is Susanna, aka Susie, and then we have Demante, aka Dean. And today we're going to talk about challenges about moving to the UK. We've all moved from different countries, so it'd be nice to sort of understand what you guys have been through, and yeah, we'll have some fun.
Amazing.
So let's start with you, Dee. And what sort of challenges did you have moving here?
So, well, obviously the language barrier for me was like really bad because I came here 14 years ago, and my initial idea was to come here straight and study. But when I came here, I realized my English was so bad. I was like, I need to actually learn how to speak.
Okay.
So it took me a couple of years just to understand, get a little bit into culture. And yeah, and then took it from there, really. University, work, learning, traveling, and then
What do you think helped you overcome that? Like, what sorts of things did you?
Interacting mostly with foreign people.
Yeah.
No one from my country.
Okay.
That was
And that was an intentional sort of
So
thing.
I remember when I came here, it was like a big Lithuanian community. They would work in like, I don't know, some like factories, Lithuanian community, like help each other, some random towns around London. But I was like, no, I have to go somewhere where there are English speakers, I can speak in English. And so I started to work in fashion.
Okay.
I don't know how they actually even gave me a position because I remember I went there, I was like, do you have any vacancy? She's like, what is a vacancy? I didn't even know how to ask, do you have any vacancies?
Okay.
Yeah, it was so funny. So I got the job. I'm not sure, maybe because I was just smiling constantly. And I was like, okay, gonna be smiling by the fitting rooms all the time. Yeah, so, and then I think within a year, I kind of started to feel more relaxed. And yeah.
So you found your way and sort of worked through those challenges.
Yeah. Obviously, it was so difficult because, you know, coming from high school, from like small town into big city like London, which is so diverse, lots of culture. So it was like shock to system.
Did you have any like family here? Any friends?
Just a cousin. Yeah.
So you had someone to like
for like 3 weeks, I remember, you know, coming straight from mom's home.
Yeah.
She would cook for me, my mom, like, clean, you know, change the sheets and everything. And I remember what hit me most was like when my cousin was like, are you going to plan to change your bed sheets? I'm like, what do you mean? Haven't you changed it for me? She's like, no. Hello, I'm not your mom. At that point, it was like,
the reality of being
now.
in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you sort of overcame that, and obviously you're here now. You've got, you know, your sort of good position. You're doing a lot of different things, so that's amazing. Do you find that since you've moved here, there've been sort of more people that have come from Lithuania, and you're now able to like speak to them or guide them, or do you sort of not have that
I kind of
connection
stay away
now?
from
Okay.
from whoever comes new to the UK. I'm not. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know that things change because obviously post Brexit. But from what I remember back in the day, whoever would come, someone I would know, they would try to take this more comfortable road.
Yeah.
Where, you know, like
trying to push yourself and
of course,
really
that's
get
like the
out
only
there.
way.
Yeah. Perfect.
Putting yourself out of comfort zone, like constantly. This is where the growth happens.
Yeah. Perfect. Good.
So true.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Susanna, so what sort of challenges did you have coming here, and anything that, you know, was like a major struggle for you, having like left, say, family back home, anything like that?
I have very similar situation to the, like, I feel pretty much on the same boat. Coming here, I learned English back at school where our teachers, I mean, their English was like below basic level. I think they learn how to speak English from YouTube videos, and they try to teach it. So first time I came in,
there was no YouTube back then.
There wasn't? Yeah, they learned from somewhere. And when I came first time, I remember I came to Victoria, London, Victoria, when my brother picked me up. And someone asked me something, you know, I don't know if I have a cigarette or something. And I was there like, what is this language? I don't understand anything.
Wow.
But I felt like I had that safety, like you have your cousins. So I moved in, like first I came in the summertime to see my brother.
Yeah.
After I finished school, I was like, oh, I actually love it, let me go there. But also as you, I came from really tiny town, like tiny, I mean like 6,000 people. Everyone know each other, everyone say hello.
Yeah.
If you're baking a cake and you're missing sugar, you go ask your neighbor. And that was the biggest shock for me, like not knowing the neighbors, no one telling you good morning on the street, or I don't know, I felt like, no offense to British people, but they are really close, where we are more open, like you smile. And when I went first time to my tube ride, I was just smiling to people, and they probably look at me saying like, why is she smiling, it's a weirdo. So I was just there like, okay, those were like major shocks to me, like
It's so interesting, because for me it's like the opposite. I found everybody more like smiley and more like warm in here. I don't know, maybe it's quite different in our countries, because we are very like cold.
Yeah, but in the same time I was like, I felt like, because I came from such little town, like everyone know each other, so it was like common to say hi, ask you how are you, how your parents were here. No one asked me that. I was like, why no one asking me about...
I feel like it could be also a London thing, because the more up north you go, there is a little bit of a difference. Like I did my studying in Birmingham, and everyone was so much more friendly and happy and smiley. Even driving situations were a lot more like easygoing. Whereas, you know, here it's slightly different situation.
Yeah, people just like are in their world, and you're like, hello, can someone notice me?
I mean, it's busy, it's fast paced, everyone's kind of like doing their thing. But coming over, it can feel like quite a sort of difference, sort of culture-wise, especially I find here as well. But yeah, just, I mean, you know, just a little bit about me. I was born in India, and I did my nursery in Scotland. And then I did my sort of schooling, like primary school in Hounslow, then back to India for a few years, and then back to Hounslow, and then to Birmingham. So I've sort of also moved here, but then I think I did it when I was quite young as well, the sort of final move. So maybe it was a little bit easier navigating.
How old were you when you came, actually?
So the final like time we sort of moved here, that was in my year 9. So I was about like 16-ish, 15, 16-ish.
So kind of like a teenager.
Yeah. So, and my accent changed. So when I was here, it was like here in Scotland, it was like a Scottish accent. My Indian parents had no idea what I was saying. And then moved to Hounslow, it changed. Went to India, it changed. Came back here, and I sounded very different. And so it just changed as I moved. But I think it was because I was quite young. I just adapted to where I was. But yeah, so I understand some of the challenges, because you know it's different, you know. But I think I was quite young, and maybe I didn't notice it as much.
You've been traveling in different places, so you were like, okay.
I always traveled, so it kind of just, I think I've changed like 7 schools in that whole sort of time. So I think you just sort of adapt maybe.
I guess also when you travel with family,
it's different. I always had family with me, so I didn't have that aspect of completely leaving, you know, your close people to like move to a completely new country. That's a whole other.
On your own.
No, I didn't have that. Crazy. So that's why it's so interesting to hear like what you guys sort of experience with that. What about like something like dating, or you know, something like that? How did you find that in the UK?
I dated like English guys at the very beginning. I didn't understand anything. It was so hard to understand the language. Then I went into foreigners, because I'm like, okay, had enough of those English. So wasn't very difficult. Was plenty to choose from, not gonna lie.
So it wasn't daily, it was like a barrier sort of thing.
No,
you just, whoever you sort of
there wasn't even much language.
Okay, so enough of that. So anything else, like you know, you think if someone is sort of moving from a different country, anything you think you could like give them some advice, or you know, anything you think would be useful for them to know?
I guess I will repeat myself, but I would say, of course, it's so important to have your community around you. But let's say if you're moving from a specific country, it's, in my opinion, it's the worst thing you can do yourself is to stick always to that community. You have to really, you know, broaden a little bit your environment and put yourself out there.
Out of comfort zone, learn new things. Because we are in London. London has so much to offer. You can literally have any single qualification. Like, on top of my head, I don't know, like a curtain maker. There's a qualification for that. Like anything, it's here. It's like you're always gonna have something to do if you want to.
So I think that would be because there is lots of people, they move from same country, come here, and they're like, oh, I don't speak English, or I just need a little bit of guidance, but they fall into that group. Let's say I'm from Slovakia, so all the Slovakians just meet Slovakians, and they don't grow. It's just like they move from the country to somewhere else. So as you say, like, all you need to do is to face your fear. Just go out, like, prepare yourself, like, what's the worst, what can happen? People won't understand, laugh at your accent, and what? You keep on improving yourself.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the accent. At the very beginning, you know, people would proper take the mick out of you, and they wouldn't understand you. I don't know whether it's like almost putting you down, but then I don't know. It's like
you get over that,
you
right?
get over that, yeah.
I mean, you're proud of your accent. I'm like,
I mean, I wish it was a little bit better.
But you know, it adds to, like, I mean, we work in London. We see, you know, there's patients from all sorts of walks of life, different countries, different age groups, backgrounds, and we all like get on. Everyone sort of is sort of really nice, friendly with each other. Everyone's in a similar boat in a way. And I find, like, maybe because of how I've been to different places, I find it easy to communicate with anyone, even if it's a different language or they can't really, you can find a way to understand each other. And there's like so many other tools, pictures and apps these days. So there's so much now to get over things like that. So really, no one should hold that. You let them hold that back.
And I always think that we focus so much on our fears in a way that you think you are the center of this universe, but there's so many more people have so many problems. It's like, who are you to think that?
No one's really watching.
No one gives a
And first of all, basically, whoever you meet today, they will forget what you sound like or what you're saying because they think about themselves. So
exactly. So for sure, it's just, you know, pushing yourself out there, and it's so important.
So apart from dentistry, so obviously we all work in a dental practice, and but I know that you guys also do some amazing things outside of dentistry, or similar sort of, you know, connected fields. So and obviously it's things that you've had to overcome to get into these fields as well. So it'd be great to hear what you guys are doing.
So, go
ahead.
So I work as an aesthetic practitioner as well on the side, which we also starting 1 day a week in here, which is very exciting. And we also work elsewhere. Just mainly with making you look beautiful, just skin. So I studied as a I have a degree in politics, and I remember second year of politics, I thought, I don't like this. I wish I studied medicine, but then it was a bit too late to kind of like, you know. So I was like, carry on, graduate, finish, and then I still continue working in fashion, and then I remember COVID happened. This is when I was like, okay, I need to follow something that I love, which is skin and everything about skin. So I finished beauty college, which is physiology, anatomy. And then during COVID, I lost the job, and I thought, okay, I need some medical background, some sort of, you know, either enroll into nursing university, but then it's a bit like a long course, 3 years. So I was like, what would be the shorter cut? Dentistry was kind of the one, which is head and neck anatomy, which can relate to the aesthetics. So I was like, okay, that's the one I studied. So main reason was because of my aesthetics. But I kind of continue working here because during COVID, you actually really realize how much those jobs are important. It's like, this is such a huge skill. You're always gonna have work. You're always gonna have people that need help. And I was like, okay, I need to continue having this qualification, and
So I mean, you were passionate about it anyway, but then COVID
so
happened, and you
felt,
felt
you can multitask. You can do a bit of both if you can. But I think it's a good thing to have.
Yeah. Amazing. And you said you did politics, which I had no idea about.
Interesting. Never knew that.
I'm always, I'm very political. You know. So because back home, it's in a mindset where you graduate, you have to go to university, you find a husband, you marry, you have kids, you buy a house. Like that's it. So I remember when I came
in that
here,
order, or something like that.
Something like that. So I remember when I came, my family were like, okay, why are you not studying? What's going on? I'm like, okay, I don't understand the language. Hello, because it's so different. English language and academic English language. It's like, but then I was like, okay, all my friends are studying back home. I need to do something, so I might as well study something that I like, which was politics.
And anything interesting you did during that political time?
No, just studying and working was super hard.
Yeah.
And this is when I realized I actually don't speak any English.
Yeah.
Because it was so hard. It's like, I think it was only me and the other girl who were foreigners in the whole course.
Okay.
And it honestly was so hard. But what kept me going, that I loved the subject.
Yeah. Sure.
So,
you made it.
You kind of made it, But that was the only thing. You couldn't do anything else. There was no time. Everything is so expensive. So you have to work, literally grinding those 3 years. So
how did you feel about Brexit then, since you... that political
obviously it made
background.
everything very difficult for English people. Back then, while I was studying, the whole Brexit thing happened. So from like the whole research, I guess I was kind of supporting it in a way, but only from like economic aspects. But the way things went, obviously, it didn't affect me.
Directly, there was
I just feel sorry that, the whole free traveling, all the visa situations. Lots of people left UK. Lots of people went back home.
Lots of the dental community that we sort of relied on.
Yes, it was a shortage of nurses. I've heard. Well, back then I remember. So it was like okay.
So there were big impacts on lots of like different things. So
So. But here we
is
are
what
now.
it is. We're here now.
We're still here.
We're still here.
You still do our face. That's why we have a nice, juicy, glowing skin. Thank you, Dee.
So, Susie, you tell me what you do on the side, because I know you do lots of different things. Yeah.
So I enrolled in dentistry as a dental nurse ages ago, like 10 years ago, just because, again, like similar to you, I was like, oh, what do I do? Let me just do something. And dentistry it was, and I just loved it, worked as a dental nurse. But after a while, I was like always into the side of wellness, and I always love to do like little things. Like now there is a big thing about it, journaling, breath work, yoga. But I've been doing it way before this whole thing came a boom. And I thought like there is always this strong calling for me that I want to do something about it. So I went to Bali for few months and I did my yoga course, and since then I've been teaching yoga, where I learned like yoga is not just the poses you do, with your class, but it's a whole way of living. And I just love giving it to people. Like it's about how you look after your environment, about your people, and it's just so much resonate with me because I'm a very calm person, and even when there is like the stressful situation, I just take a few breaths. Yes, I just take a deep inhale. It will be all good. Let's move on. And that's my passion, basically, wellness, yoga, doing all sauna, cold plunges. But also I love dentistry in the same time, because it was a thing that changed my life when I had braces. Actually, then I decided I actually want to do something about it, because I used to have like a gap between my teeth, and I was like, oh,
Can't
I hate
imagine
it.
that.
And everyone was like, oh, you look like Madonna, and I'm like, what? I don't want to look like Madonna. So my first salary when I made here in London, I was like, okay, I need to go to orthodontist. And I mean, they transform my smile. I mean, I hope you like my smile.
Yeah,
I love my
Madonna.
And I was like, wow, if they could have such impact on my life, I want to do that to others. And that's how I went to dentistry, and then wellness just follow, and yoga. So that's really me.
About you.
Amazing. And you're doing now yoga teaching, and you're working in that environment as well. So you've got all this sort of happening.
Yeah, so it's just really like, it's the feeling you get after a class, because you're not just delivering class to people. And, you know, as we were talking about, like London can be really hectic and stressful, and you come to the class and people are like, oh, it's Monday morning, I need to be in and out. But you just sat them there, you breathe, and when you finish the class, they're like, oh my days, this is what I need. Like, I'm so ready for a week. And that feeling those students give you, you feel like, I'm doing something good to the world.
No, it's great.
God.
It's great. It's great when you get that feedback from someone to say you've helped them in any way. Then
it's beautiful. Amazing. I mean, I mentioned to you, like,
I went to actually one of your
hot
classes.
yoga. Yeah,
that was amazing.
So not just any yoga; it's a hot yoga.
Oh wow! Okay.
You get like 40 degrees, so you really sweat. Like all the toxin and negativity come out.
Yeah,
and then you live like a new human being, reborn.
Totally. Yeah, I love that.
Perfect. Good. So,
what about you? What do you like to do on the side? I mean, like, you do so many things on the side.
How do you coping? I don't know, because
I mean, yeah, things get busy, but you know, I love what I do. So I love helping patients. You know, doing their teeth, from like Invisalign to implants to facial aesthetics, you know, whatever it is. If there's something I can do to help my patients, then I'm all in. But obviously there are other things. There are more things to life than teeth as well. So you know, I love sort of talking to people and getting to know, you know, a bit more about their story and what they have to share. And if along the way we can help as many people as we can, then that's amazing.
It's so important that reward that you get when you actually help someone, you know.
So in the way, we're all seeking for helping people and helping to make you feel beautiful inside out.
Yeah,
that's our mission. I love that.
And I mean, I guess the sort of final thing to say is that we're all sort of leveling up. We're all trying to push ourselves. You know, each one of us, we're trying to do, you know, on a daily basis. It's never ending. When you're trying to get somewhere, you know, it feels like you're constantly having to push. But like you said, you know, you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone. That's the only way you can grow. So hopefully we can share some of our experiences, and if someone, you know, finds that useful, that's amazing. So I just wanted to share a quote just to end. So it's by Tony Robbins, and it's basically, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So as long as we keep sort of challenging ourselves, then we know we're gonna, you know, do better.
Well,
thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thanks.